Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. For the last two episodes of Road to Rank, we used this fun Jigglypuff team, so we'll be playing one more episode with it today, and then we'll be switching to some brand new stuff. But we're going to get this episode kicked off right away, and it is quite the interesting team we're going up against. There is a Pincurchin and a Raichu, which is a fun duo. Kangaskhan, which I definitely wasn't expecting to see. Goodra, which is super interesting because there isn't much to really enable, like the weakness policy, if it potentially has one. So it's probably Assault Vest. And then Gyarados and Corviknight. So not a lot of like apparent synergies that stand out to me immediately. But what's interesting here is, do I consider going for the NDD Gothitelle stuff here? I mean, the classic Lopunny into Dragapult seems okay with Jigglypuff, but then it's like maybe I bring NDD over Primarina just for terrain control, because that way... oh, we're pretty slow with Dragapult anyway, so we might still get outsped. And my opponent's probably gonna bring Pincurchin Raichu. It's just, I don't like not having a double Parasong win con. I'm going to bring Primarina. I'm going to stick to the original game mode with this team. So, yeah, let's just jump right into things. This has been a fun team. Definitely not like the most serious team, but I think to be able to even feature Lopunny and Jigglypuff is super awesome. So, hope you guys have been enjoying it. And, you know, the last couple of days, we haven't had exactly Road to Ranked every day because of some crazy stuff. Obviously, the Series 6 rule set came out yesterday. I made a video on that, so if you haven't checked that out, yeah, I've linked it in the description below. I want to know what your thoughts are. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and let's get this episode kicked off. As always, if you guys enjoy, please show your support by leaving a like. Really appreciate it, and thank you as always for supporting and watching Road to Ranked. Okay, I mean, it's just Raichu, Pincurchin. I mean, I kind of want to just Brutal Swing, Max, and Phantasm. Yeah, that doesn't seem terrible. I mean, I think if I had NDD here, I'd consider switching out. But yeah, like I mentioned, part of the problem is that, you know, the Dragapult is EV'd so that the Lopunny outspeeds it by 1 speed point. And Lopunny's base speed isn't amazing, so you kind of give up all this amazing speed on Dragapult. I guess you could pretty easily fake out with Raichu here, but that's not really a problem, because I don't think Pincurchin's that much of a threat. I mean, Rising Voltage is definitely going to hurt, but... yeah, they opt for fake out. Okay. Which makes me think it's probably Focus Sashed, if I had to guess. If it's not Sashed, it's a really good turn 1 for us, though. Yeah, it's Sashed. Okay. So if I had NDD, like, Lopunny into NDD Phantasm turn 1's not bad. I think it's probably just going to be a Rising Voltage into the Lopunny slot, which isn't great. It's actually Thunder Wave, and they miss, which is obviously super lucky for us. Okay. I mean, you're just going to Rising Voltage into Lopunny now, right? That's going to KO us, which would mean I don't get the weakness policy stuff off. I could switch out into Jigglypuff here. No, I think I want to conserve Jigglypuff. Yeah, I'm just going to go for Brutal Swing here and go for another Phantasm, I think. Actually, Airstreaming here is alright, I think. Pincurchin should be pretty slow. It actually switches out. Interesting. Ah, okay. Going out into Corviknight. So reset the drop there. That makes sense. It actually goes for Nuzzle. Wow. Huh. So I actually get the Brutal Swing off. So it's not a very offensive Raichu, which is surprising to me. Phantasm would have been nicer there to cover the Corviknight switch out. But if I just pick up one more knockout, like, we can just click Parasol to win the game. I'm surprised my opponent, like, prioritized Paralysis so much in this matchup. This will probably do, what, like 25%? Yeah. Not very much damage at all, but any damage is good damage. Yeah, I was curious if Phantasm would be able to pick up the knockout there, but yeah, this honestly has not been a bad start to the match, given that Raichu is normally putting on a lot of offensive pressure. It hasn't really done so far in the match. And my opponent's just going to bring the Pincurchin back out, which is honestly fine by me, because I feel like I can just go for the Healing Wish here and KO the Pincurchin. If we get the knockout onto that, then we just Parasol and the game's over after this turn. I can even go for the Ally Switch Healing Wish stuff as well. I'm targeting the Pincurchin because I think that's an easier knockout right now, whereas Corviknight could potentially Dynamax. Okay, Okay, looks like it's not going to Optimax, though. It could be, like, Body Press coming out, but as long as Dragapult doesn't get fully paralyzed this turn, I think we are in great shape. So let's see. Nice. No full paralysis. And yeah, that Airstream actually makes us faster, despite the paralysis. Nice. We get the knockout onto Pincurchin. Yeah, when I see Raichu Pincurchin, I normally just expect it to be, like, super, super powerful. That's kind of similar to the Raichu Pincurchin team we were using previously, but it ends up not being the case. Corviknight's roosting, too, which I think is pretty good news for us. Because, like I said, now what we have to do is basically click Perish Song and end the game. I have to consider who to Perish Song with, though. I think probably Primarina, because if the Corviknight has a Steel-type attack, that's obviously pretty bad. Now, my opponent hasn't Dynamaxed, which is scary, right? It's gonna be, is it Gyarados as the last one? Yeah. So, like, one play I think I actually want to make here is just switch Dragapult out into the Jigglypuff to give myself the Friend Guard so that I can click Perish Song. I think that's what we're going to go for here. Perish Song, switch out. And then now, like, we can even ally switch to heal up the subsequent turn. Although I guess we'd be healing the Jigglypuff instead of the Primarina. Although that actually might not be terrible for us. The main thing is that our opponents stalled out our max, and now they're finally going to be able to max themselves. It might have been better to... I didn't know if we were KOing the Corviknight there. And if Corviknight maxes, then my Perish Song win con becomes a lot worse. So, yeah, I don't really regret the way I played that, I think. If I get this Perish Song off this turn, it should just be GG, because we just double protect, switch out, and then protect once more. And that's game. Okay, so it goes for Airstream. That's good. That shouldn't KO us. Jigglypuff hangs on. Oh, if it's a double up into that slot, though, things get dicier. Does manage to get a critical hit. Okay. It is a double up into that slot. Although Primarina's the slowest Pokemon on the field, so I think we'll probably still be okay. But yeah, if I like protect Dragapult there, that'd be super nice. And I do have the Citrus Berry, obviously, so I can bring out Dragapult. I think we should be fine. Because my opponent's on a... The only question is basically whether I get fully paralyzed with Dragapult as I try to protect. Because this turn, it's a pretty clear double protect, I think. And then we attack with both Pokemon, and I don't think you'll be able to pick up like 2 knockouts. But we get fully paralyzed. Okay. Okay, targets Dragapult. I mean, it's probably a double up into that slot. But there's no... Actually, there is a point in attacking with Primarina, because then a double protect just wins us the game immediately. I mean, that was their win con, so I don't... Like, props to them for recognizing that. I think Primarina can take a double up here, though. And for that reason, because we have the Citrus Berry, I actually don't want to go for a double protect here, because if we do survive the double up, then a third protect just wins us the game immediately. Whereas if I get the double and we survive, then we'd have to get a triple protect to win, and we don't want that to be the case. But yeah, I think if Dragapult gets that protect off, we win. So it's a little frustrating. This Airstream should put us in Citrus range. Nice. So I think we should be good. We actually never ended up using the Healing Wish because I didn't go for Ally Switch, because my opponent was able to just get that double up on the Jigglypuff, which was pretty nice. But I didn't feel like if the Gyarados had Overgrowth, then a double up would knock out the Primarina, which is why I played the way I did. As long as we don't get crit here. Oh, that does nothing. Okay, nice. And now, as you see, the way Perish Song works is because we are the slowest Pokemon, we are going to faint last, which means we win the game. It's Moringa Berry, that's interesting. Okay. Alright, that was pretty scary. That I thought we were in great shape after the first couple turns. But, yeah. Given that Dragapult was able to attack through the paralysis earlier on, it's like to be kind of expected, you know, that we get paralyzed at some point in the battle. And, yeah, my opponent recognizes that, so we end up winning. Alright, not bad. I mean, Jigglypuff didn't really do anything for us, but the Lopunny was able to enable the Dragapult, which is really nice. I shouldn't say that Jigglypuff did nothing, because even just switching it in means that I guaranteed survive with Primarina, which I think is actually really, really critical, because it gives me, like, a very, very safe play to just click the Perish Song button. Whereas, if I didn't have Jigglypuff, I'd have to definitely be a little bit more hesitant to just click Perish Song immediately that turn, because I'm at risk of just getting doubled up into. But, yeah, I'm surprised the Raichu, like, didn't try to pick up the knockout until Lopunny. That would have made my life, I think, more difficult. 4 starters for my opponent's team here, with all the new starters, and then Incineroar. I kind of want to go with the Gothitelle route this game. I feel like people bring Incineroar pretty frequently against this team. Which means, you know, Gothitelle could obviously get huge advantages from that. The problem, once again, is just Rillaboom. But I don't really feel great about the Dragapult route this game, because my opponent has Cinderace, Inteleon, and Dragapult, like, and our Dragapult's not fast, right? So they're just gonna outspeed us. So I think Trick Room's probably the route to go in this game, so... yeah, let's go Gothitelle, NDD, Primarina, and Jigglypuff. Seems okay to me. Yeah, I do feel like, there are a bunch of common Pokemon, as I mentioned, in the metagame that this team struggles a little bit against. Rillaboom's one of them, just because, like, if your opponent doesn't have terrain control, Gothitelle's so good, but the Rillaboom not only controls the terrain, but also just does a ton of damage to everything on this team other than the Dragapult. So it feels like I'm kind of forced to bring Dragapult to deal with it. Is that Incineroar? Let's go. We get the competitive. Nice, nice. Okay. We like to see that. We do like to see that. It's a good start. I think I probably still want a Trick Room here, though. Oh, that's so nice, though. That is so, so nice. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Incineroar, like, I wouldn't bring Incineroar against this team, quite honestly. But, because it doesn't, like, what are you intimidating, really? Pretty much nothing. Follow Me Trick Room is pretty safe here. The only fear is if you, like... I don't even think crit knocks out an EDD, to be honest. Yeah, I kind of want to Follow Me Trick Room. Because it's pretty safe. If I get it off... Okay, maybe Rillaboom switching in? Let's see. Yeah, that makes sense. That's okay. I mean, like, obviously... able to change... Oh, but you can Fake Out now. Wait, that's actually a really smart play if you went for that. Yeah. That's a really nice play. So, like, Max Gothitelle and just Psychic there would have been real nice. I mean, I think it's still okay. Like, I kind of want to just go for the same play here again. Like, Follow Me. Because, like, you can't knock out both Pokemon here. Unless you max Rillaboom, which I actually think is definitely a possibility. Huh, that was a nice play. Maybe I should have considered maxing Gothitelle solely for that, but they're not going to max Rillaboom, which is a good sign. I don't think you can knock out both Pokemon here. Let's see if Glide one-shots us. I wouldn't think so. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. They actually U-turn out, which is an interesting decision, because that means now the Incineroar is going to have to come back out at some point. And obviously, Gothitelle does really... If you give me another competitive boost, like, that puts us in a phenomenal spot. So now I can set up Trick Room, bring in Jigglypuff, and just start going for, like, Fake Tears. The only question now is who switches out on my opponent's end. You would think that the Rillaboom would want to switch out into the Incineroar. But we're in a great spot with Gothitelle right now. So I'm going to bring in Jigglypuff. I just think, like, the target into Rillaboom is super obvious. So I think, like, Fake Tears, Max Lightning into the... Togekiss is pretty safe regardless of what my opponent goes for. Even if you glide this turn, it's not going to knock us out, and then we change the terrain. They are going to stay in, so I could have potentially just doubled up onto the Rillaboom here. But I think if we whiff and you switch the Incineroar back in, and I just waste an attack, that's really bad. Whereas here, it's like a guaranteed damage. Unless Togekiss protects /max guards, which I guess is decently likely. But we should KO the Togekiss with Fake Tears, Max Lightning. Ah, he actually goes for... Okay. That's a nice play. Let's see if that's enough to knock us out. Oh, he actually targets Gothitelle, though. Nice. Yeah, so with Friend Guard, we take those with no problem. It's definitely knockout onto Togekiss now. And now Terrain is gone as well, so the Rillaboom cannot go just for another Grassy Glide, which is huge. I only wish that I got the Healing Wish off, too, in this game. That would have been super, super nice. If I Healing Wished with the NDD, like, before fainting, then I think this game would probably be a wrap. But we're in not bad shape right now. Because, like, I don't think you want to bring out Incineroar here. That's just going to give me another competitive boost. So you have to bring out your last Pokemon, which means this next turn I can pretty safely Fake Tears and just probably... I'll have to think about which one I want to go for. But it looks like it's not Incineroar coming back. It's going to be Cinderace, which is bad news for my opponent. The only question is, where's the switch out right now? I think targeting the Cinderace here is... I would switch Rillaboom out here if I'm my opponent. There's a potential Sucker Punch play for my opponent here too, though. Like, Sucker Punch Glide is... Oh, I guess you can't really Glide here, though. I wonder if Max Lightning just KOs Cinderace. I might actually Max Lightning and Ally Switch here to cover for Sucker Punch. See if they switch out. They don't switch out, which is interesting. It could be Rillaboom maxing even. Another play I wanted to go for was Fake Tears Max Lightning there, but if you have Sucker Punch, that's pretty bad. Yeah, it's actually going to be the Rillaboom max. Interesting. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, actually, especially if you're AV. Like, once again, Rillaboom gives me a fair amount of trouble here. But by going for Ally Switch, I at least avoid any potential Sucker Punches. Plus, I think it's likely you're targeting the Gothitelle slot, which is now going to be the... Yep, there's Sucker Punch. Nice. Yeah, I think you're going to be targeting the Gothitelle slot, which is now the Jigglypuff. Okay, it's a 1-hit KO. Now, once the Incineroar comes back in, that's another competitive boost. See if Drum Solo did target Jigglypuff, though. That'd be bad. Okay, no. Or, sorry, the old Jigglypuff. Yeah, Jigglypuff survives there, too. Clutch. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Okay, nice. With that, we're looking good. Of course, Incineroar can Fake Out here. I'm at +4 special attack now. I don't know if I knock out Assault Vest Rillaboom. That's like my only fear. How many turns of Trick Room do we have left? We have 2 turns of Trick Room. So because we have Primarina as the last one, I think it's fine to just go for Max Psychic. Because then, like, Rillaboom should be AV here. So even if it survives, I just bring in Primarina. It's not like you can Grassy Glide. And I can just Fake Tears Moonblast into Rillaboom. So yeah, I think I'm just going to Protect here and Mindstorm into the Rillaboom. Because I kind of need to target that down, right? Primarina's not going to beat it by itself otherwise. I need 1 big turn of damage here. So there's the Fake Out. Yep, into Jigglypuff. Get the Mindstorm off. Beautiful. And that's just a 1-hit KO. Nice. Oh, I was shocked my opponent led Incineroar. But yeah, like I said, it seems like a fair amount of people like to lead Incineroar into this team composition. So we take those, I guess. I'm surprised by it, but certainly no complaints from my end. Nice. I mean, this was just a pure Gothitelle sweep, like, right from turn 1. Could I have made a better play turn 1? I don't really regret it, to be honest. Like, I think getting up Trick Room is so valuable in this set that, yeah, we really need it. 1 turn of Trick Room left, so let's just go for a Fake Tears. That puts it in Hyper Voice KO range. Thunderbolt might just actually pick up the knockout here, actually, as well. I'd love to see Fake Tears Thunderbolt pick up the knockout. And just see Gothitelle pick up a knockout on every Pokemon, but we're not going to get it here. Alright, nice job by Jigglypuff, though, to give us the Friend Guard. Yeah, as you see, the main thing I was trying to do in this game was because the Gothitelle was so boosted up, I just didn't want to whiff a turn of Dynamax, because if we just get 3 max moves off, we're likely going to be in really, really good shape. I actually think it would have been better for my opponent to stay in with the Incineroar, but there's a chance that their only Dark-type attack was, like, Snarl. So obviously you don't want to Snarl to just further activate competitive, which would, you know, make some sense as to why they tried to U-turn out. But that's the danger of leading, and of course in a team like this, if you don't know what it does, I think you're very rarely going to see competitive Gothitelle. But, you know, that's why, like, for example, bringing Incineroar into a matchup against Milotic is super, super risky. So, yeah, nice to get the full Gothitelle sweep in that last one. Okay, this next one is interesting. There's another Corviknight. I mean, I'm honestly not the biggest fan of this matchup. Because, like, I think Gothitelle Entity is so much worse here when there's a Tyranitar. We can't touch Tyranitar, basically. And like I was saying, I feel like this team could probably have some better answers against Tyranitar. One, like a fighting type attack on the Lopunny. So I kind of want to lead Lopunny Dragapult here and just go Primarina and the Jigglypuff in the back. So let's lock that in and see how it goes. By the way, it's nighttime where I'm recording right now, and I hear some crickets outside, and if you can hear that in the recording, I deeply apologize. There's not really much I can do about them. But yeah, let's get into this battle. Some fun games today, though. I didn't think that last one would be so dominant, honestly, but yeah, we used Dynamax Gothitelle. a few months ago. I believe it was like the #1 ranked team on Season 5 or Season 6. Not Series 5 or Series 6, Season 5. So it was like the 5th month of play. And that was pretty cool. Okay, it's going to be Dragapult and Primarina. That's not great. It's not great. Yeah, I feel like... I guess the best bet to be Dragapult with this probably would have been to go with... I don't know, actually. If you're my opponent, what do you do here? I mean, don't you just Phantasm into... Like, Phantasm Moonblast Dragapult? What if I just Brutal Swing and attack, though? Like, Brutal Swing, max Phantasm. Because if I get a knockout, I just need one more KO. Seems pretty hard to do. My opponent also might read into me switching out. No, I don't think Brutal Swing makes sense. I think switching Lopunny into Jigglypuff actually might have been the play. And then, like, max guarding. Oh, they're not maxing Dragapult, though. Which probably means a Primarina max. Which actually is worse news for me, because you can just Starfall into us. The only thing that I could have led to, like, have a good chance against this is probably just Indeedee and Gothitelle. But that loses super, super hard to Tyranitar. But I guess because I have Lopunny on this team, my opponents are probably a little bit dissuaded from just leading Tyranitar. Yeah, nice play on their end. Well done. I'm gonna max guard it, switch into Jigglypuff, but I don't know. I think this matchup looked really scary because there was not a consistent lead option. And that's why consistent leads are so important in VGC. Like, if you don't have a consistent lead option, then you kind of just rolling the dice right from team preview. They actually protect. Okay. I wonder if we can survive with max HP on Dragapult, because if we can, that'd be huge. But I guess I don't even outspeed the Dragapult the subsequent turn, so it doesn't even make that much of a difference. Actually, it does, because then I can just, I could Healing Wish protect. And then Ally Switch. See if Primarina one-shots us. That's so much damage. 70% through protect. Okay. Yeah, good decision on my opponent's end to max the Primarina, too. Like, that makes so much sense. Like, why would you max Dragapult here, right? Alright, nice. Dragapult clutches that, actually, quite nicely. Okay, so given that, I'm definitely going to go for... Max Guard Healing Wish, I think. Yeah. Max Guard Healing Wish. Get in Jigglypuff. We need to pick up 2 knockouts. I've got the policy activated and Primarina's at -1 defense, but I still think Phantasm isn't a one-hit KO because we're only +4 attack. Well, let's see. That ended up being a decent turn 1, honestly, all things considered. Like, obviously, it would have been nice to target Primarina with the Phantasm there, because then it's in KO range from another Phantasm. But, all things considered, I actually don't think that's too bad. Okay, they just go for darts, which makes sense. This shouldn't KO us. We should get the Healing Wish off. How much do you do? Not much. Part of the problem is that Healing Wish is going to just put me... sorry, because you have darts and it's Life Orb, it is just going to target my Dragapult anyway. Because Jigglypuff is immune, right? But at least I get the Healing Wish off. And then I have Friend Guard out now too, right? Which is pretty valuable for us. So let's go out into Jigglypuff. I think we Ally Switch this next turn for sure. Definitely want to Ally Switch. I just don't know if Phantasm is a KO into Primarina. And I don't think I can really risk it. Because then I can Phantom Force the subsequent turn. Yeah, I don't think it's a KO. I'm going to Ally Switch and just go for another Phantasm, which gives me another defense drop on the Dragapult. Then I have, +2 Phantom Force against -2 Primarina. This one's definitely a close one. Okay, so we get all the healing back up. Very, very nice. Nom 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 nom. Oh, actually, Dragapult's gonna be so close to fainting from Life Orb. Ugh. I wish, like, each hit is like a Life Orb tick. Does it faint here, actually? I don't think so. Yeah, it falls just short. That's unfortunate. So if we had more attack investment in this, we would have done more through Protect the first time around, but I'll still take it. I do want to calc after this game how much the Phantasm does against Primarina. I don't think it's a KO, especially because most Primarinas have a fair amount of HP investment. I don't think that's a terrible assumption to make. Yeah, they do go for the Starfall into us, but with Friend Guard, we'd take those. Nice. Here's the problem, though. If you have Rillaboom out, now you can just bring out Rillaboom and click, like, Grassy Glide. And I think you definitely have Rillaboom in the back. Yep. There's Gordtrom. Okay, what do we do now? Maybe this is where I needed to bring Indeedee? It would have been so tough to bring Indeedee into this matchup, though, right? If anything, you should switch out the Primarina here. I just need one KO and I can click Perish Song. I mean, I don't think Glide with Friend Guard actually knocks us out, but if it's like Life Orb or Band-Aid, it will. You would think Primarina wants to switch out here, right? So if I expect Primarina to switch out... I mean, I also just have Dragon Darts, which would be a double up onto the Rillaboom. Oh, would that be enough for a knockout? Also, if Primarina switches out Darts, yeah, wouldn't pick up the knockout. Okay, I'm going to Phantom Force into the Rillaboom here and Protect. Primarina doesn't switch out, which means I maybe should have targeted that slot. He actually goes for the Fake Out, though. Okay. Into Dragapult? Alright, that was either a misclick or they just for... I mean... it was... Yeah, I would think they would want to go for, like, a Glide there, obviously. Okay. Now what's interesting is we could actually Ally Switch this subsequent turn. I've revealed it already, so they might read into it, but I think that's our best play. I don't really see any other play to go for here. I'm hoping they switch Primarina out thinking we targeted that slot, and then we get the target into Rillaboom. And if that actually picks up the one-hit KO, which I don't think it does. So I was thinking about Fly as well, but if I go for Fly, it's way too obvious who I'm trying to target here. I'm going to be a little tilted if my opponent doesn't switch out Primarina, because then I definitely should have targeted that slot, but I feel like it's a little ambitious to not go for a switch out here. They don't switch out. Wow. Wow. Oh, so close. Targets the Jigglypuff slot. Nice. Okay, well done. I actually think we would have survived a Hyper Voice there, too. Oh, so close. If we just targeted Primarina there, would we have won? Okay, we can still win, actually. It's not over yet. Because it very much comes down to what my opponent's last one is. Because now what I can do is bring in Primarina and protect Moonblast. I mean, my opponent's probably going to target the Primarina anyway, but because Jigglypuff doesn't have any attacking moves, I don't really have a choice. I'm just frustrated because if we Phantasm, or if we just Phantom Force into the Primarina slot, we would have won. I think my opponent didn't really respect the Perish Song endgame here enough. But I don't really regret that. I was really close to knocking out the Rillaboom as well, so unfortunate. One interesting decision here is actually to potentially not go for a Protect because it's so obvious and just go for a Fake Tears immediately to get Primarina to -2 Speed Def. But I think our win con is probably to click the Perish Song button anyway, right? I don't know, Primarina actually does do a fair amount of damage here, so yeah, maybe we Fake Tears Primarina here. And I should have actually Hyper Voiced. Actually, I don't know if that knocks out Rillaboom. Oh, he has Wood Hammer, yeah. That... Oh, and he actually targeted the Jigglypuff. Wow. So if I protected Jigglypuff there, would we have won? Probably, actually, off Perish Song. I'm really surprised the target went into Jigglypuff there. Although I guess it wouldn't have made a difference. It's actually Corviknight is the last one, but Corviknight's probably faster than us, right? I mean, my win con is just Perish Song here. I think if we protected Jigglypuff, it would have... Well, once again, it comes down to then who's faster between Primarina and Corviknight. And it would be our Primarina, actually. There's Ironhead. Oh, we get crit. Oh, and we're faster than the opposing Primarina. So then, yeah, I think we weren't going to win regardless. Because we needed Jigglypuff to be faster. But yeah, I'm shocked that the Primarina didn't switch out into Corviknight earlier. Like, I thought that was definitely coming out. Unless it's a speed type between Primarinas. That could be a possibility right now as well. And if it is a speed tie, then our win con is just double protect. I'm going to double protect here regardless, because there's no better play to go for after that crit. If I protected with Jigglypuff, we would have knocked out Rillaboom. It'd be a 2v1. Then you would just Iron Head into... I mean, then it would probably just come down to the speeds outright, rather than needing a double protect and needing to be faster. Or slower, I should say. But yeah, if I just launched the Phantom Force into Primarina, we would have won this one. But I don't think it's crazy to think that they're going to switch out there. Especially on the second turn. But I think if you don't know what this team does, it's not surprising to not, like, respect Parasong, really. Oh, we need a triple. What am I saying? It's not even a double. Yeah. But now you can just Iron Head. I don't think we've gotten a triple protect in all of Road to Rank yet, so that'd be cool. That'd be hype. Let's see. Fun game regardless. I don't feel like I played terribly. That fake out play was also really weird. I felt like if they just glided there, we would have been in a little more trouble. But given that they had Woodhammer on the Rillaboom as well, this was going to be a really tough one to eke out. Because that just one-shots the Primarina and Terrain. I think, even with Friend Guard, potentially. So, yeah, that was a fun one. I think definitely kind of a shaky matchup. What is frustrating is that Tyranitar didn't end up coming out. So, like, we could have potentially gone with Gothitelle Indie stuff in this game. But, like I said, that's not, like, a super consistent and safe option in Team Preview. Because if they just did, like, Corviknight Tyranitar, for example, I don't even know what we do against that. Like, you can just bulk up, Lash Out, or Crunch turn 1, knock out Indeedee. I guess we have the Colbur Berry. I am curious on the team's info, actually. So, Life Orb, Pull, Goggles, Policy, T-Tar, yeah, AV, Rillaboom. If I had to guess, I think they either just forgot Dragapult was dark, or they misclicked and meant to go for Grassy Glide. That would make a lot of sense. I don't think this Primarina has any speed investment, so it actually might have been a speed tie between the Primarinas. So then, if we protected with the Jigglypuff, we knock out the Rillaboom. Corviknight's just going to KO us anyway, but then I get Parasong off, you Moonblast me, I protect the first turn, and then I think I can take another Iron Head and Moon... Well, they crit anyway, so the crit made it so that we didn't have any chance to win. But what I'm thinking is, in the scenario in which I protect Jigglypuff, then the next turn, you have to KO the Jigglypuff, the first turn. You Moonblast into Primarina, the next turn... so I Parasong that turn, then I protect, and then there's 2 turns of Parasong left. And then I attack that subsequent turns, trying to survive an Iron Head and Moonblast. I think if you don't crit the Iron Head or Moonblast, we actually survive. And then go for another protect, and then hope to win the 50-50 against Primarina. I think that was probably it. I actually don't remember the exact speed stat on this Primarina, but I think it's also 81, so it actually might have been a speed tie there in the end, which is pretty funny. But yeah, that was definitely a fun set of games. I think my opponent played this nicely. I think the matchup was definitely a little tough, so this isn't the easiest team to use, but it can create for some really fun and dynamic matchups. And at the end of the day, we're bringing Lopunny and Jigglypuff, which are Pokemon that just don't see very much usage, right? And so I think that's always exciting. And so, yeah, I think, like, this team has a lot of viability, a lot of potential, and ultimately, like, if, you know, it's just cool to be able to use Healing Wish, Ally Switch. That is not a strategy that I've seen used pretty much at all. I remember, I think, like, Sejum Park discovered it way earlier on in VGC 2020, but I haven't really seen anyone try to use it, so, like, this combination of Lopunny, Dragapult, and Jigglypuff is super cool. And, you know, there's 2 ways to get the Healing Wish off when you have Indeedee Gothitelle as well, and that second game showed how good competitive Gothitelle is, so definitely a fun set of games. Anyway, that is going to be it for this one, guys. As I mentioned, I posted a video yesterday detailing the Series 6 rule set, so I would love it if you could check it out. That's linked in the description below. I also wrote an article previewing the Players' Cup Finals, which, by the way, if you don't know, is going to take place starting tomorrow at, I believe it's 11 a.m. Pacific time / 2 p.m. Eastern time. I've linked a countdown to that in the description below, but you can follow Pokemon's Twitch and YouTube channel to see when that goes live as well. I am hosting and commentating that tournament, so I'd love it if you guys could come out and support and watch the stream. There are a lot of fun games, so it should be a good time. But thank you, as always, for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. All right, peace.